Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I heard somebody has a birthday. Well, this is why I have a Speedpaint here to upload. Yay! Well, you know in the title who it is. And you probably can guess by the thumbnail who it is. It's Mr. Brady. Yeah. Okay, I'm probably really asleep today, but that parade in the background is just really annoying me because I cannot talk at all normally because of that. Well, probably was a bad time to record that, but anyways, no time to waste. I wish you a happy birthday, right? I wish you lots of gifts, luck, love, a good family. I hope you have a good family. Some nice money, staying healthy, and also having some great time at your birthday. I hope nothing goes wrong. Yeah, I probably sound too concerned. Anyway, let's go to Speedpaint. Over here. Come on. Well, I began with the muzzle, and you know, one of my weak spots are always the muzzles. And well, what do you expect, honestly? I always have problems at the muzzle. Now, I also have a problem with drawing straight lines. That's why it was a bit hard for me to draw my glasses right. And yeah, he has some really fluffy spikes too. And I'll be honest, he's the first person to ever actually freaking have a pretty unique design. I actually like his design. I mean, I never saw really much of a hedgehog having a nice design that is thought on their own and is not recolored or anything. And yeah. So, also making a small cake. I don't know what he likes, honestly, but I know that he's turning 13. So, wooey! I'll assume someday. I could only say at this moment eat pant because that pant was huge. So I fixed it, and yeah. Shoes and stuff, also always having problems with that because I cannot draw that good. I'm just really shaky when I draw. And also I sometimes really don't know how proportions work. I sometimes draw things too small compared to the body or make a head too big. That is why I have not so much trouble drawing chibis. And yeah, doing straight lines, like I said, very hard. Well, it was pretty funny that I was listening to the most weirdest stuff ever. Well, okay, the game of life does not sound weird. It sounds more like I'm a serial killer stuff. Yeah. And I remember how he told me that he doesn't have eyes because, well, because he was in fire and barely can even see, if I'm right. Well, I'm not good at remembering stuff. Yeah. Basically, I got onto coloring stuff. Now, I know that I'm using my own paint picture. I always wanted to draw it, but I just didn't get the time because soon school's starting also. It's really troubling drawing at the time because, you know, motivation is not so good in 2018. In 2017 I was way more hopeful, but still said my art sucks. No, I still do, but yeah, positivity. Never let yourself down and stuff. Whew. Also his jacket, I don't know how to call it. Maybe it's a cardigan? No, probably not a cardigan. Probably just a normal shirt. It was pretty much a bit hard to color for me because, you know, I tried to make all of the squares not, you know, same color and stuff. I just am bad at commentating. And, well, I found a new nice blue color. I don't know why, but sometimes I get a really nice color. And, yeah. So, later, when I finished that thing, I pretty much was also thinking of how I shaded because I would have to take 10,000 colors and all that and stuff. I mean, I didn't want to overuse the blue also, like that really nice shade of blue he has as a little square. And I had to because, well, I couldn't just color everything the same thing, and I also noticed that I also noticed later how his pattern works with his shirt, that he has at least two of the same colors in a different distance. Yeah. And then I pretty much used my confetti tactic. Well, okay, I'm not good at that. I mean, it isn't really confetti, but you know those really shiny hats or those really nice tutors who have like this shiny holographic stuff on it, which is really cool. So I also wanted to put that in. I also made the eyes a bit smaller because, well, you can't have super huge eyes after all. You're not like a Cyclop or anything. Especially him, he doesn't have those Cyclop eye things that my character has, for example, or Sonic. Well, Cyclop eyes are freaking cool, I can't complain. Also, you can make some pretty funny stuff if you use Cyclops eyes. It also can make something with design. Yeah, I'm babbling away, I know I should probably focus myself on the speed paint, but there's nothing much to say since I'm not really good at drawing male bodies and all that. I just pretty much am comfortable drawing females, but at the same time I'm drawing females like males. Jeez, that sounds so weird. And yeah, pretty much I then proceeded to make folds and stuff in clothes and tone a bit down the shading if required, which I did. I really gave a bit too much shading stuff to his dark areas, you know, his bangs for example, or his hands. They were really freaking dark, so later on I think tone it up a bit. And also, yeah, I know you can see that I on the side edited a bit my color squares that I always pick on the side. And yes, I know, when I looked at my recordings I found that it looked super freaking messy, so I just sorta edited that, except for Sita's colors. I just topped them there because I always for some reason take them as priority, especially the yellow. I always use it for golden stuff and all that. And yeah, I proceeded on making the candles. I had no idea how to make the blue also because it was just looking not good. And I tried literally some shading layers, and you know how a little flame of the candle is always a bit blue? Yeah, that was pretty much what I tried to do with green hue in a normal mode later on. I really have no idea how to do stuff, as you can probably tell. And yeah, pretty much also made some shiny cake stuff, probably not very visible. For later on, I also added some shines, even though I first didn't intend to, because you gotta have a shiny cake. And yeah, I also made that little tutor. I don't know how they're called really. I honestly don't even know in Russian or German. That's somehow embarrassing. I guess they're little tutors, I don't know. And I added some shine to his shoes. Well, I also used a little trick. I also added some eye shine because I always do that. I can never get away without shading, without giving a shine to an eye. Forget shade. I mistook the word. And yeah, I pretty much proceeded to fix little mistakes I saw everywhere. And then I just sorta added some shine to the candles so they wouldn't look so artificial and drawn. I also added on other areas some shine, and I also made some little detail with spine. You know how in the newest game Sonic Forces they have some really super detailed close-up of the custom character. I totally got the idea from that. Wow, you can actually draw them, and I was actually a bit amazed by that. And yeah, I just added that. I probably babble too much, but I love talking. Then I proceeded on making some confetti because I thought, why not add in background, because it looked way too bland and boring if you would just have something like that. So I had some confetti stuffs and also changed colors and all that later on, so it would be more diverse. Then copy pasting, my secret techniques. And yeah, I put also the folder on normal later on because I forgot to turn the shade shine off. Yeah, and I deleted some liner to make it look more realistic on the shoe. Yeah, don't ask, I'm really weird. And I also erased some stuff off, right? Sounds so weird. Yeah. Then I changed, like I said, some color and added some shiny, sparkly stuff because confetti is always so shiny and I love it. I'm probably way too childish, but I don't care. Let me talk about confetti, it's so nice. Don't you just ever love when confetti just floats around and it looks nice when you get some confetti around you. You look super awesome, like a hero, and you celebrate it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, then I proceeded with shining, and later on, I also added some shading. Yeah, that's pretty much how I roll. I always shine and shade because you can never have enough of shining and shading. But honestly though, I should probably stop doing too much shining. So yeah, added some shading, so I would have a nice contrast. And some stuff I made a bit darker by the shading because it was a bit too bright for my tastes. Well, only on some of course, because I also wanted it to be very nice and bright and obnoxious. So you can center around the non-obnoxious. I'm not good with negative and positive space also, as you can see. And yeah, so I just totally did that stuff. Wanted to make a nice watercoloring background since I found out how really to use the water brush. For maybe a year, I in 2017 had no idea what it was for. And yeah, now I use it in being unprofessional. And then I just added some nice slight purple stuff, but it got a bit pinkish. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I just made it lightly, and yeah. Then I added some text. I wanted to make it normal. I didn't want to make it like that super fancy curly text I always actually do. And also I added a nice, well, I think it was a nice touch to add a bit golden stuff because, you know, birthdays, you should celebrate because happy birth. And then it's a day. You call it a day? Okay, yeah, I know I'm awkward, but I can't talk for long enough. And yeah, that's pretty much how I most of the time finish also my stuff. Surprisingly, this took me only 2 hours, so I'm glad that I didn't take too much time because I take up to weeks sometimes doing something because I'm so out of motivation. But yeah, like I said, happy birthday to you, Righty. Keep being awesome. You're a nice friend. And yeah, I pretty much also say goodbye to you, my watcher whoever watches this. Have a good day, and see us sometime later in another video.